Hey class, now that you've had a chance to go over the chapter, the PowerPoint slides, reviewed all the content, we're going to go over a few practices, exercises which are at the end of your chapter, which will have the benefit of showing you that if you got the concept or not. Number two, it will help you see how the assignments needs to be completed, so the homework, because it'll be similar to these exercises because they're like some of them that I will assign you to complete, and the format you need to turn it in and be so you can earn maximum points. So for chapter 1, you'll be completing your assignment by writing algorithms. Okay, you'll be writing an algorithm which is basically a first step before coding. So we're not going to start coding using Visual Studio until probably next couple chapters or so. You'll need to learn how to do that. The idea of writing an algorithm or a pseudocode or writing or creating a flowchart, when you get to the field, real corporate environment, you're not going to write a code of 10, 15, 20, 50, 100 lines of code. You'll be writing codes of 15,000, 20,000 line of code. So if you just jump in, start coding immediately, you will get lost. You will make mistakes. So writing the algorithm is very, very critical. So the first one we'll go over is number 3, exercise 3, page 15 of your textbook. It says modify the algorithm shown earlier in figure 1.5 so that it gives a 25% discount if the customer buying a TV is an employee of the store. If any other customer that is not, of course, means it's not an employee, they will get 15% discount. So the first thing I need to do is repeat the loop. So the loop has to repeat. So repeat for each customer. Oops. Repeat for each. Hopefully the screen is big enough, the font is big enough that you guys can see. Each customer buying a TV. Okay, that applies to everybody. First thing is I need to enter what? I need to enter the original price. So that's when you will ask, the customer, which we'll see later, see out, please enter price. Okay, that's where the price will come to play when we're, starting to code. So, enter the original price of the TV. Then I need my first condition, which is what? If customer is an employee of the store, then they'll get what? They'll get 15% discount. So calculate the discount by multiplying original price by 25%. Let me try to clean that up a little bit. It's too big. Let's see, I'll do page layout, orientation, landscape. Okay, that's better. So that'll be the first one. If not, else. So that's my second case. Calculate the discount by multiplying original price by 15%. So right there, I met both conditions they told me. They told me if he's an employee, get 25%. If they're not employee, anybody else, then it is basically just 15%. So end of my if, which comments are very critical that you guys need to start getting used to writing comments for your code. And I'll expect that from you when you start coding in Visual Studio to write comments. So now I need to do the calculation and display the final output. So calculate the total due by subtracting the discount from original price. Last thing I need to do is what? Is have an output. So print a bill showing the original price. Discount and total due. So I'll display both. What's the original price, how much to discount, and now how much they owe, and that'll be the end of my repeat. And that's it for assignment 3. So I mean exercise 3. That's exercise 3 that you guys have. Okay. So that gives you an idea of what or how to get it done. And I'll have these posted in Blackboard for you guys to utilize and review when you're trying to practice or when you're trying to complete your assignment. So if we look at number 4. Number 4, very simple. It says using only the instruction shown in figure 110, which is on the bottom of that page. Create an algorithm that display the average of 4 numbers. Be sure to indent the instructions appropriately, which is very critical also when you're doing that. Make sure that you do indentation, which will show, hey, it's not only one single step that we're going through. There's different steps. So step number 1 will be what? I need to repeat the process how many times? 4 times. And first thing I need to do is enter a number. Then I need to calculate the sum by adding the sum by adding the numbers of the sum. And that is the end of my repeat. So end, repeat. Now step 2, I need to calculate the average. So calculate average by dividing the sum by 4. And last but not least, have an output. So display the average. Right there, you have an idea of what these are. We'll be right back. All right, hi again. So the next one we'll review is number 7. Though we'll do 7 and 8, just a couple more. So it tells you Harold is standing in front of a flower bed that contains 6 flowers. As illustrated in 113, create an algorithm that directs Harold to pick the flower as he walks to the other side of the flower bed. He should pick the all red flowers with his right hand. Flowers that are not red should be picked with his left hand. Use only the instructions shown in the figure. However, an instruction can be used more than once. Be sure to create an algorithm that will work for any combination of colored flowers. So they give you that in figure 113 that are available. How can you do it? So we'll go through a process. Once again, it can be, your own style. You can do whatever you want with it. So first thing is I need to repeat 6 times. Okay, that's the amount of times I have to get it done. So first condition, if the flower is red, then he has to pick it up with his right hand. So pick the flower with your right hand. Else, if it's not, then it has to be done with his left hand. I mean, pretty straightforward. Pick the flower with your left hand. That's the end of my if and if. Then walk forward one complete step, which will, allow him to go and do all the process of going around, the flower bed. And that is the end of my repeat. And then 2, I just need to walk forward one complete step. And that allows him every time to go around. If it's a red flower, he'll use his right hand. If it's a non-red, then he'll have to use his left hand to do so. So that's this one. Last but not least, we'll do number 8, and then that will do it as practice. And then you'll be able to see which assignment you were given for your homework. So the algorithm shown in figure 114 should calculate and print the gross pay for 5 workers. However, some of the instructions are missing from the algorithm. Complete the algorithm. If an employee works more than 40 hours, he or she should receive time and 1/2 of his or her pay rate for the hour worked over 40. So they give you some numbers that you'll be able to utilize. So first thing I need to do is look at it as enter the employee name, hours worked, and pay rate. Calculate gross pay is equal to hours worked times pay rate, else calculate. And they give you some of the stuff that you can enter, or etc. How many times you would like to repeat it? Whatever, I'll repeat it 5 times. That's the amount of times I'll do the calculation. So first thing I need to do is what? Is enter the employees. And you can do 2, you can do 3, you can do as many as you want. Hours worked. And what else do they need? And pay rate. Then if hours worked is less than or equal, you gotta be careful in this case, to 40. So if it's anything less or equal to 40, then we need to calculate gross pay, which is equal to hours worked times pay rate. Else, so it is more than that. So what we need to do is what? Calculate regular pay, which is equal to pay rate times 40, which is the either 40 or less. Then I need to calculate overtime hours, which is equal to what? Hours worked minus 40, which will give me how many extra hours they worked. Then I need to calculate overtime pay. And as I need to bring your attention to something, you are dealing with the computer. Computer does not have logic on its own to calculate. So I have to tell it, hey, find me the 40 hours, how much it cost, how much they made. Then find me how many hours they worked. That's why I have to subtract 40 from the hours worked, and if there's anything left, that's the overtime. Now I need to calculate the overtime pay, which is what? Overtime hours times what? Pay rate times times 1.5, because it's 1.5 time. Then I need to calculate the whole thing, the total gross pay, which is equal to regular pay plus overtime pay. And that is the end of my if. And then I need to print, so have an output, the employees name and gross pay. So each one will display what these are, and this is the end of my repeat. So right there, these are the exercises. Hopefully they'll help you when you're completing your homework, which will be exercise 9, 10, and 11. That's the format you need to turn it in. You need to use a Microsoft Word document to type your algorithms, and that's what you'll upload into Blackboard. Okay, so hopefully you'll have some fun with this, and hopefully it should be pretty easy. Let me know, email me if you have any questions, or stop by campus, or I'll be more than happy to assist with anything that you have. Once again, I'll have these exercises saved for you and uploaded into Blackboard. Have a great day. Thank you, guys.